Good morning. This is Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Cloudy skies. Got a little rain this morning, 0.03 of an inch precipitation. And the rains were just starting, I think, around 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning. Light sprinkles, at least here in the immediate Broken Bow area. And it was actually raining a little harder in town than it was out here this morning. So could be a little spotty out there, but we're starting off May with a little moisture in the air, which is a good thing. This is May Day. We talked about it yesterday, about the May baskets maybe not being quite as popular as they once were, but I think there's going to be a few May baskets left on some doorsteps and given as gifts today, which is a cool thing. And always makes me think of Dorothy Lynch when we talk about May baskets. So, Dorothy, if you're up there listening, we miss your May baskets and we miss you. She was always good about dropping off. And sometimes it didn't even have to be May Day. She just dropped something off out at the door and give us a little something to munch on. So, whatever you do today, have yourself a great day. We've got a good breakfast show lined up for you today, some guests coming in and some things to talk about. And again, as you know, I hope you folks out there have been listening on a regular basis, that I had a Come to Devil meeting a few weeks ago now, and I have changed my ways in the way I conduct things here on the show. And so I wanted to just show you that I have changed, Brand, and I watched a little bit of the Cubs-Mets game last night. I just want to say I'm sorry.
Thanks, Dave.
It was 1-1 when I caught just a little bit of it, and I saw the score this morning. And
they hit a 3-run homer that, kind of hurt us. That's all right.
I'm sorry.
We're still right up there at the top of the division. We got a bunch of injuries. We're just trying to stay afloat at the moment.
A lot of teams
they're doing all right.
Speaking thereof, a very big player for the Angels, Mr. Trout, sounds like he's out for the rest of the year now.
Oh, for the rest of the year?
Yeah. Well, undetermined, but it sounded pretty serious.
Yeah, I heard that he had suffered an injury. He's battled those, I believe, through his great career.
He has. And he's had a chance or two at getting to the World Series. The Angels are always pretty good, but as good a player as he is, they just haven't been able to deliver, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's too bad. You hate to see really talented any of the players injured, but I did want you to know I feel bad about your loss last night.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean it. Now, today is a big day for, this is kind of weird because everything that's going on across the country with protests and so forth in some of our larger colleges concerning the Gaza situation, which is terrible. I don't know that there is really a side that you can completely understand in this conflict. They're doing bad things to one another. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, there's protests for and against, and also it's kind of confusing, but on the college campuses, which is been done before. A lot of people go right to 1968 for when it was really in full bloom during the Vietnam War, which was much different than this. But anyway, just to add to that, it's National College Decision Day.
Oh.
So if you're thinking about going to college, you might want to decide whether you're going to go to college or go and protest. Either way, it's going to cost you a lot of money. These are stressful days for seniors across the country. They need to pick which college they'll go to. That's if they were accepted by more than one. U.S. colleges have set today as a deadline to confirm enrollment for fall. So stressful for parents, too, because they probably are wondering how they're going to pay for all of this.
Yeah.
And hopefully the kids will get in and make the most of their education. It's Global Love Day, and I was going to give you a hug this morning. But
were you?
Yeah.
Wow.
A worldwide celebration of love, whether you hug your neighbor or a tree. It's up to you. It's School Principal Day, honoring school principals.
We've got some good ones around here.
We do, and I think this is interesting about school principals. Probably a little underappreciated, but there's a mystery about school principals.
Oh.
Why is the average age of a principal in the United States 48? That's the average age of principals. 48.
Okay.
So I guess it takes a while to become a principal, and then you can be a principal into your 60s, I suppose. So the average is 48. Might want to pencil that out.
Okay.
And I had the opportunity to see all of the principals' offices and have discussions with principals when I was a student.
Did you?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if they were 48 or not. And last but not least, this morning, National Skilled Trade Days, first Wednesday in May, first day of May this time around, because not everyone can be a doctor or a lawyer. And by the way, they don't know how to fix a toilet anyway, so we honor those skilled trades out there and those people who learn how to do them. I'm a little nervous about that very same thing here at the radio station.
Oh?
I had an accident, not yesterday, the day before. I was out back. We have a carport, and the water runs off the carport. Then it soaks the ground, and then the cars go in and out, and they make big holes. So I decided finally I was going to get that fixed. I've actually put rock in those holes before and filled them with dirt, and they just cut back out.
Oh, yeah.
So we had a discussion about dirt on the Party Line show a while back, needing some dirt.
Yes, that was quite the discussion.
Got several calls on that.
Oh, you did?
One of the gentlemen said, go get some white rock and fill in the holes, and you'll find that stays put, and you might have to drive on it a little bit and then put some more on, but it'll pack in there, and you'll get rid of those holes. So I went over and purchased some rock and had it put on the two-wheel trailer. Just about blew out the tires coming over here.
Oh, boy, a little heavy there on the trailer, huh?
He said, tell me when you've had enough. It wasn't his fault. It was my fault. I'd like a little more because, you never have enough dirt or rock when you start. You can't get any more. So anyway, I got over here, and I was scooping some rock.
Were you driving on the rims? Or
darn close.
Yeah.
And I was going about 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I didn't go, and I put my flashers on when I got out here on the highway and stayed off to the side.
That's good.
Made it in. The tire looks different now, but it still has air in it.
Yeah.
One of them was a little low anyway, evidently. So anyway.
But everything was good because you made it out here with the rock.
Got out the scoop, was scooping rock. I thought, I got to move this trailer over so I can put rock on the other side of the carport. And I got lazy, and I pulled out, and I think, I can just swing this around so I can straighten out the trailer and back it into the side that I want. And all of a sudden, I felt something, and the trailer made a racket, and I thought, oh, did the trailer come off, or did the tire finally give up? What? So I got out and looked at the trailer and looked at the tires, and I'd gotten enough rock off that the tires weren't completely flat anymore, or close to flat. So I'm feeling good about things.
Oh, okay.
So I get back in and pull on around, and I'm scooping rock, and I look over, and there's plastic all over the backyard.
Uh-oh, you ran over something.
Yeah, the spout to the septic tank is no longer functional.
Uh-oh.
And it's kind of laying over like the Tower of Pizza.
Oh, boy.
The Leaning Tower.
Oops.
And it broke up.
Well, that sounds like this would be a really great day to celebrate that specified skills day that you're talking about.
Yeah, National Skill Days.
Yeah.
So what happened is, Christy, who wanted the holes filled in anyway, so I felt she maybe owed a little bit of an obligation to this.
Did you blame her?
No, I didn't blame her at all. It wasn't her fault. But she has a way with plumbers.
Yeah.
That woman can call a plumber, and they come right away.
Oh, wow.
So she made a call for us.
Yeah. Did you get it all fixed up?
No.
Oh.
I put a bucket over it because I didn't want the rain going in there.
Well,
I don't know how that. I don't know if that's good.
Yeah.
And it seems to be probably broken off down at the tank, so they're probably going to have to dig a hole and put a new pipe in. So I'm thinking about, I had $40 worth of rock and probably a $300 repair bill to the plumber.
Oh, man.
So the plumber indicated to Christy that he would show up night before last and take a look.
Yes.
So I'm working late last night, and I see the plumber truck go by. And he came back. He went back and looked it over.
Oh, came here.
Yeah. And he just left. He just looked at it and left.
And left.
I didn't think that was a good sign.
Maybe not.
I think this plumber's going to come in and tell us, got to dig up the whole septic tank.
Oh, boy.
Going to cost you $3,000.
Oh.
I don't think they'll do that. But
we had a discussion about losing our temper a few days ago, and the things that happen that make you lose your temper. Were you okay? Because I'll be honest, that would have made me lose my temper because I would have been mad at myself for doing that.
I didn't lose my temper. I was very mad at myself, and I called myself some not very nice names, but I didn't really lose my temper. I just said, "You stupid blankety blank 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 stupid man."
Well, I feel bad. We could have been out there helping you to, direct you and make sure you didn't run over anything.
Well, I only had one shovel. This had one square shovel, and with rock you can't really. Yeah, it works better with those square shovels.
Yeah.
And I kind of had an idea how I wanted to do it. Sure. I will admit that.
Well, I wasn't gonna help you unload rock. I would have just helped make sure you didn't run over anything.
Oh. I see.
I wasn't gonna do any manual labor to help you out, Bernie. I just thought I could be back there to make sure you didn't run over anything.
I see.
See what's happening now? Roles are now reversing. See?
Yeah, because
now I'm the one that is like starting to pick on you.
Yeah.
Man, what's going on here?
I think the devil's getting in you. I don't want him to. Because then you'll be going around doing things and saying the devil made me do it. And then that's somewhat of a cop-out. Trish, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You look colorful today.
I am colorful today. It's the first day of whatever. It's May Day.
May Day.
It is May Day.
Yeah.
That was a big deal when I was growing up.
We were talking about that yesterday.
Yep.
Not maybe as much of a tradition anymore, but I think there's still some of that goes on.
Oh, I do too. I was, I was telling the group that I exercise with in the morning, bless their hearts, because they're trying to kill me. But we used to, at the church that we attended when I was growing up, I mean, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
We got empty candy boxes from this amazing candy company there called Rebs. And they would give us these candy boxes, and they were big. They were for like the pound amount of candy. So they were pretty good sized boxes. And we would decorate them with crepe paper. And I mean, it was just a big thing. The ladies of the church would make candy and make stuff to put in it, and then we'd put a plant in it, and there were like hundreds of them, and we would go out and deliver them. I mean, it was just a really important thing. So I was out at Leah Peterson's home, and going to put up some shades, and she and Lucy were out delivering May baskets. So
nice.
I thought that was pretty cool. It was neat to hear that that still is a thing. So
and you made the baskets, and you used the fuzzy wire to make the handle, right?
Some of them, some of them were just the like crepe paper that was braided, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of memories.
Yeah, good memories.
Yeah.
Now, did you participate with a maypole?
No, I think that was before my time.
Okay.
Did you do a maypole?
I kind of remember something about a maypole, but I don't really remember whether I participated or there just was one.
I know that I've seen pictures, but it seems like it's like back you know,
It was
a
an
few
old time, yeah.
generations before it was more of a thing. But yeah, but the flower shows and everything were like all kicked off in Maryland on May 1st. So
Oh, yeah.
Baltimore had a huge flower show that you would go to and pick your plants. And
I bet that was neat.
so it was pretty cool.
So I have to ask you, because here on the Breakfast Show, we investigate, we try to find out all the details on stories, and May baskets were somewhat, I guess, helped young people develop their social skills as far as, you know, you remember the term, do you like that girl, or does that girl like you? The word like was used a lot. You know, it was, I like had a connotation to it that was a little more pointed.
Right.
Now, did you go out and take May baskets out, and then you got to a house where there was a young man in there that maybe you had thoughts about that you left a basket for, and maybe you didn't run as fast?
I think, yeah, I didn't run. This body doesn't run. No, it was more for the older people, older women and family. It wasn't for the. Yeah, it wasn't like Valentine's Day. It was more for the older generation, the seniors at the church is where all of these went, or people in the hospital, people that were shut in. And
I guess you used it for a nicer purpose than some of us did. We probably did that too, I don't know. But the different kinds of candies, I can kind of see in my head, you know, like what you used in those May baskets. There were little mints and...
Well, there were mints, and then two elderly sisters that were both bachelor kind of thing. They never got married, but they were elderly, and they made these potato candies that had like mashed potatoes. It sounds horrible, but they were really good. A lot of cinnamon and you know, confectioner sugar, and it was a whole process to make it. It wasn't just like, oh, we'll make that today. It was a whole, you know, you had to plan it.
Series of...
Yeah, and then some of them were dipped in chocolate. And
wow.
so, yeah.
I've not heard of those.
Yeah. I used to have that recipe. The one lady gave it to me, Mrs. Miller. She gave it to me, and I came across it not too long ago, and I thought, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah. Well... we're more patient back then than we are today, I think. Especially...
had more time, maybe.
Yeah, seems like it. Yeah.
Weren't as crazy.
Make our life crazy on purpose. Yeah. All right, well, welcome. Designs of Distinction. We'll be talking about that in a moment. We don't have a lot of school lunch menus today because it is the first day of May, and they'll still come in, and Kristen rounds those up for us so we can play the game. It's Big Pig Day today, so it's a Runza prize, and we're celebrating May with our questions, I think, for the most part.
Talking about classic rock songs for this group of questions. Going to take you kind of back to the 60s. Daydream is the song we're talking about. You familiar with it?
Yes.
Okay. Daydream was a hit for which 1960s group? Who sang it? Who sang the hit Daydream? Your choices are The Lovin' Spoonful, Jefferson Airplane, The Bee Gees, or Heart. Those are your choices. If you know who sang the song Daydream, give us a call, 872-2801.
Wake up to the best.
I never miss a morning.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show. Nicole is having her favorite Runza salad.
The something ranch salad.
It's the chicken bacon ranch salad.
But you can put whatever else you want around it. I'm here for the ranch.
I'm with you. Runza's homemade ranch is perfect. It's so good. A classic.
It's literally the only reason I like salad.
Great point. Come get a salad with your ranch. Try Runza's chicken bacon ranch salad today, because Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
Yeah, we did not receive a call on that. Kind of surprises us, but there are a lot of dream and daydream songs out there, so maybe a little confusing, but it was a cool song.
You know who sang it? I assume you do.
Lovin' Spoonful.
There you go. That's it. Yeah, Lovin' Spoonful sang it.
Yeah.
Later on, then John Sebastian did Welcome Back. Cotter song as well. He was the lead singer for Love and Spoonful.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
So I can remember those things really easily. What I've got to do yet today and what I did yesterday.
Other than run over a pipe in the ground.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
happens.
Oh, yeah. That thing's been back there forever.
Probably. It shouldn't be a big deal.
I
I'm
know.
thinking
It's just
gonna
the
be an easy fix.
It's just the idea of, we were just talking about this, and Jeremy showed us a video of a guy who, and Brent described it, was going to change the light bulb, and then next thing he didn't. He went to the drawer to get a light bulb, and the drawer squeaked, and so he went to get some 3-in-1 oil, and he was out of 3-in-1 oil, so he went and got some 3-in-1 oil, or was going to. When he went out in the garage, his car wouldn't start. Next thing you know, he's working on his car. His wife comes out and says, "Did you get that light bulb changed?" And he says, "What do you think I'm doing now?" I like that series because he has the motor out of the car, you know. Sometimes when you start projects,
That's how it's-
as you would know better than anybody,
Oh, yeah.
because you do projects every day, and I'm sure they don't
do.
all go like you have planned.
Well, I like to term it as squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yeah. 'Cause it's like you'll be doing something, then got to go somewhere, do this, same thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one thing leads to another, and then you forget the whole beginning of the process of
Yeah.
where it all started.
Trish, how do you, just being serious about this, because I think most of us have this problem where we realize that about half the day's gone and we got about 4 projects going on at the same time and we're not getting any of them done. And in your case, I'm sure you have a method that a series of things that you do when you have a project, because it would be easy to get distracted in, you know, I would think in what you do.
Easily distracted.
Yeah.
No, just yeah, like today I've got 3 appointments in Callaway.
Wow.
And then I know, and they all just magically appeared. It was pretty cool. I got one phone call, and then another lady, and then a friend of mine called, and I get to go down and see her paint and how all that worked out. So I'm excited to see that, and yeah, and then wind up down in Kearney. So it's like in my mind, and thankfully on my phone.
Yeah.
That reminder of this is where you need to be and when. So, yeah, and got to also look at the school in Callaway. They have a problem with the shades, so I've got to go down there and see if I can fix it. So now I have all the parts. So, and yeah, and speaking about parts, as of I think it's June 1st is the actual date this kicks in. There are going to be limitations on lift methods for some shades. So, like the old style, Venetian blinds and the blinds, you pull a cord and lock it. That is not going to be made anymore. They are actually doing away with that type of lift system. So I've got till May 17th to make orders for things like that. And that includes wood blinds, cellular shades, pleated shades, anything that actually has a lock to it.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that is something that's going to be changing the way I look at products. It's, you know, forcing a lot of cordless, which is fine because that's mainly what I kind of sell. I'm not a big proponent of the lock systems. First off, the cords wind up fraying. I don't care how good a cord it is. It's nylon. Sooner or later, going through those metal wheels, it's going to fray.
Right.
But that is something, you know, to kind of think about.
Okay.
And they're kind of, it's almost pushing for the bigger shades to become motorized.
Yeah.
That is kind of where we're heading. And for the good or for the bad, it's, you know, we can still do cord loops and things like that, but they have to be tethered to the wall or to the molding, you know, so it's not a, you know, clean look, but it has to physically be tethered for it to operate. So, yeah, that's coming into effect. It is part of the cordless thing, but it's basically being initiated by the industry, not by the government. So
Okay.
it is to me a step in the right direction.
I know
How
you've
that's
always felt
yeah.
strongly about that. So, but kind of a force feeding thing here, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It's been a long, slow process to that point, and thankfully, I can't even remember the last time I sold a cord lock except for wood blinds or faux wood blinds. And that is going to be a little bit of a change, although now they have a technology called lift and lock. So the bottom rail actually has a button that you push, and it raises and lowers. The tilt can't be a cord now. It has to be a wand, you know, which to me is unsightly, but that's just my
That's the little thing you twist,
yeah,
right?
That
Okay.
drives you crazy.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like a quarter of an inch thick, and so you got to stand there and turn it like a crazy person. But where the tilt cord was so easy, you just tilted it, and it was just nice. That's what I've got.
The ones that you installed here, you don't have a wand or a cord.
Nope, they're just cordless.
And you just start them up, and you take them to where you want, and they stop. It's really very good.
Yeah. The only problem I have with those is really, really tall windows, which I'm dealing with down in McCook for Chris Smith. And, you know, there was just nowhere to put the tie-down cords if we made them corded. You're going to have all these cords, and there were so many windows that we just went with cordless. And, you know, basically have a little step ladder if it gets out of control and winds up, 80 inches up there. And, but for the most part, they're going to be down. So I don't think it's really going to be an issue. And I just put a couple in at Melham Specialty Clinic. They put a couple in. They had some renovations done to their offices. So we put those in, and all the women in there were like, oh, that's fine, no problem. So.
Well, folks, if you're just tuning in, we're talking with Trish with Designs of Distinction, and I think you can tell that she knows what she's doing, and she can put her skills to work for you. It all starts with a call to your cell phone and a visit from you and a measurement or two, and you come up with some ideas and some prices.
Pricing and come back out and do the install. And I still have people that are amazed that I do all that. And it's like, well, I don't ever think after almost 30 years of doing this that I'm ever going to have a full-time installer. So
probably
it's
not.
me.
It's you. But I worry about you being on a ladder.
Oh.
I mean, that because
I've learned a lot about being on a ladder.
Holding on and doing work at the same time. A lot of us get on a ladder and we're, I don't know, even painting, you're going, I don't know if I want to go up another step or not, you know.
No,
So.
I just something I've weirdly enjoyed.
You do,
I
and do a great job.
Thanks.
What's that phone number?
It's 308-870-3677, and 3 days a week usually I'm out at Bow Family Furniture. And I am their window treatment person, so that's kind of fun.
I'm sure you
But,
are.
yes,
Yeah.
so it's been a lot of fun. It's a great, just works perfect with what I do and love to do, and I get to move furniture around a lot. It's not like in my house where it can go one or two places. That's it. In there I can go, oh,
And they have a huge store, so.
look out over here. And
Well, it does complement your talents. I mean, it's a perfect matchup.
it's
so,
fun.
Yeah.
It's I've really been blessed with that one. So I'm glad Sherry made that phone call to me in last August too.
Yeah. I'm
really
glad she
was
did
kind
too.
of cool.
And we're glad you brought their name up. I'm going to write them down here.
At least twice
Bow
on
Family
that.
Furniture live read. Okay.
And as of May 1st, those live reads for impromptu business highlights are going up 25% too,
Oh,
Ron.
my
if you're listening.
goodness.
Yeah, well,
I'll be quiet, Ron, I promise.
We'll take a quick break and then catch up on some news. That's always good to see you, Trish.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Do you have a laundry list of projects to do around your home? Refresh your space by completing the list of home improvement projects with the help of a HELOC from Burning Bank. If an updated look is not enough and you're ready to buy a new home, we can help with that too. Navigating a home purchase can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let our friendly, experienced staff guide you to owning the home of your dreams. You can apply in person, online at burningbank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757 to get you started. Burning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
Are you having trouble getting your spring work done? Don't let that back and neck pain keep you inside. Call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111. We are your spine specialist and want you to keep moving. Team Physical Therapy will help you get rid of that neck or back pain and get you back outdoors. Call your movement rehabilitation specialist at 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
Listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Police arrive on campus at UCLA as violence escalates among rival demonstrators.
Pro-Palestinian protesters have done to UCLA and public campuses is an atrocity.
They can't comprehend what it's like being Palestinian in Gaza or West Bank right now.
New York City police have removed protesters who occupied a building at Columbia University. Florida's 6-week abortion ban takes effect today. National Right to Life President Carol Tobias.
I'm very excited. About 50% of all abortions occur after that point in pregnancy. So this bill is going to save a lot of lives.
Democratic leaders in Arizona will make a final push today to repeal a 19th century abortion ban there. CBS's Shauna Mizell.
You've had Vice President Kamala Harris stop by the state just in the aftermath of this, and this is going to be a crucial battleground state for the presidential election.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
In Nebraska news, a story released by 1011 Now indicated Governor Jim Pillen ordered on Tuesday the deployment of soldiers with the Nebraska National Guard to assist with security in neighborhoods impacted by severe weather over the weekend. Douglas County officials have requested personnel from the National Guard who can assist in the deterrence of looting and with the management of heavy vehicle traffic around neighborhoods where homes have been damaged and destroyed. Pursuant with that request, Governor Pillen has ordered the deployment of soldiers to support law enforcement in Elkhorn. The National Guard will deploy approximately 24 soldiers starting as early as today and this evening through the next 2 weeks.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA playoffs, the 76ers avoid elimination with a 112-106 overtime win in New York over the Knicks. Philadelphia is led by Tyrese Maxey, who had a career playoff high 46 points. New York still leads the series 3-2, but there will be a Game 6 in Philadelphia. Bucks also stay alive with a 115-92 win over the Pacers. Despite no Giannis Antetokounmpo or Damian Lillard, Milwaukee did have Bobby Portis and Chris Middleton score 29 points apiece. So they stay alive, and Indiana has that 3-2 advantage, but there will be a Game 6. 76. Cavaliers edge the Magic 104-103. Donovan Mitchell, 28 points for Cleveland as they take a 3-2 series lead. NHL playoffs, Hurricanes close out the Islanders with a 6-3 win. Carolina wins that series 4-1. Avalanche over the Jets in Winnipeg 6-3. Colorado wins that series 4-1. Maple Leafs stay alive, beating the Bruins in Boston 2-1 in overtime. Boston still has a 3-2 edge in the series. Predators stay alive, beating the Canucks in Vancouver 2-1. Vancouver still a 3-2 lead.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Slight chance for storms. Today, otherwise cloudy skies expected. Daytime highs approaching 65. Winds out of the southeast, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected. Tonight, thunderstorms likely. Lows level off around 44. Slight chance of rain showers. Tomorrow, high of 65. Bright sunshine expected. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
8:06 is the time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, and Dave Burney has got up and I think went outside to give you a true feel for what the current conditions are. So, Dave Burney, what are the current conditions, my friend?
Well, the current conditions are beautiful, really. If you like the birds chirping and a light breeze that has backed down from earlier this morning, it's just gorgeous out here. And I left my current conditions inside. So let me go in and get that so I can bring you the actual current conditions here. Thank you very much, Kristen. It's currently 48 degrees, a cloudy sky, and the winds are now, as I mentioned, light out of the east. Barometric pressure has been falling after rising earlier this morning, now at 30.00. Humidity at 90%. High yesterday was 73. It really didn't feel that warm. The breeze kind of was cool, especially late afternoon. Dropped down to 43 overnight. Sunrise this morning occurred at 6:36 as our days lengthen out. Sunset at 8:36. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:34. It was a sprinkling this morning in the 5 o'clock hour, and we ended up with 3/100 precipitation as of 7 o'clock this morning. Now, as you can hear, I'm going to do some checking here on our friend Rockin' Robin, who has built a nest with her husband in the bottom of the KCNI sea. And she's over on the fence post, very upset with me right now and making quite a bit of noise. Oh, there's a robin right now, guys, with a nice little worm. That may mean there's some babies that are being fed. Now, we do have a nest on the sea, and the parents are both gone right now. But if I go around behind the station, in what we call the back apartment for the other robin family, as I mentioned the other day, they are, over the years, been consistent in building a nest on the back side of our satellite dish. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is a nest. Let me look inside because, all right, there are 3 beautiful blue robin eggs in the nest. The parents are gone right now, but I can hear them chirping. That's the air conditioner there that you're hearing. Now, there's a little moisture on the grass because my shoes are getting quite wet. Now, can you hear Mom? She's up on the line looking at the nest, wishing I would leave. She is a Rockin' Robin, a KCNI Rockin' Robin. And so we have a nest in the bottom of the sea on KCNI, and we have a robin nest on the back of one of our satellites out back. So, again, currently 48 and cloudy here at Broken Bow. Come on in, Ryan. We're live on the air right now. Yeah. See Mom up there? She's really upset with me. There she is, right? There's Mom and Dad right there.
When you walked around back, she was up in the nest feeding them or something. Yeah.
Oh, she was?
Yeah. Looks like she had a worm in her mouth.
She did?
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's babies in there.
Might be, probably.
We're tall enough. Jeremy, you're tall. Did you see any babies in there?
Not right now.
No.
It's like still eggs.
Still eggs, okay. So they were just going in there and snacking together.
Evidently, yeah.
Well, come on in.
Okay.
And I'll finish up out here and we'll get going with you here. The garden center. Still just eggs?
Yeah, just eggs.
Okay, we'll give you a daily update, or at least semi-daily. But it does upset Mom and Dad quite a bit. There's blue eggs in the back, too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we'll send it back to you, Brent.
All right, Dave. Thank you very much. There you go, folks. A live report on your current conditions and a live update on the Robin here at KCNI KBBN Radio. As you heard, Ryan Anderson has just walked in the building. We'll visit with him and talk about the Garden Center in Broken Bow after these words. Attention, do-it-yourself enthusiasts and weekend warriors. Spring is in the air, and your go-to destination for quality materials, tools, and friendly advice is right on Main Street in Ansley. Plan now so you can start right when the weather warms up. Ansley Lumber and Supply is your locally owned and operated connection for premium lumber, Benjamin Moore paint, composite decking from Armadillo and TimberTech, as well as deck railing. Don't forget that delivery is available so you can get the work started quicker. Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley.
Headaches, ear-ringing, neck pain, dizziness, brain fog. Is your jaw pain to blame? Pearson Physical Therapy wants to be your partner in finding out. Tension and dysfunction in the jaw and surrounding muscles can lead to a number of symptoms that disrupt your daily life. It can be hard to know who to seek out for help. We invite you to come see us at Pearson Physical Therapy to learn how your jaw dysfunction can be managed so that you can get back to not having to deal with daily aggravation. Call us at 872-5800 or stop by on West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Cattlemen, spring is here and things are starting to green up. But alongside the good green like pasture grass and trees come the bad greens, musk thistles, mullenweed, buckbrush, and other weeds. Let Aero Aviation help you get the bad green under control this spring. They use the latest in aircraft and GPS technology and crop protection products while keeping the good green in your pocket. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim today and schedule spring spraying with Aero Aviation, 872-5113.
Barney Health Mart has the gifts you need for those extra special graduates you know. And this week, gift items are 20% off. Look for the beautiful Montana Silversmith jewelry display with men's and women's pieces available. Other great gifts include handy Nebo bug zappers or lights, jewelry, lotions, candies, candles, and more. All 20% this week. Of course, every gift needs a card, or every gift of cash does as well. A nice selection of grad cards and Mother's Day cards are on hand at Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow.
Thanks for starting your day with us.
It's gonna be a good day.
Every morning. KCNI, KBBN Radio.
8:13 is the time. We're back here live in the studio now, and Ryan Anderson has made his way into the studio after visiting with Dave and updating us on the current conditions. Ryan, good morning to you. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Oh, man, how about the precipitation we've received here, huh?
Well, it's been kind of nice.
It has been nice, yeah.
April showers hopefully bring May flowers.
Yeah. Well, I also know where you can go to get flowers.
We have a few.
Yeah? Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, we're full up right now. So greenhouse is pretty colorful in the morning when we walk in, and all the flowers, vegetables, fully stocked right now, so ready to go.
It has to be, when we hit Christmas time, there's that popular song, "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year." But for someone who works at a garden center, I would think this is the most wonderful time of the year, is it?
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah. It's always, after you come through winter and kind of, the not most colorful time of the year, It's browns and white and whatnot. It's good to walk into the greenhouse in the morning and a little bit of warmth and smell of flowers and whatnot. So yeah, it just never seems like it lasts long enough. Of course, being seasonal like that, but it's always fun to see new growth in the spring and see what the year is going to bring. So,
obviously, weather plays such a major part in when you do this and when you do that. And when you look at the temperatures that we've been having recently, there are still some nights where it's getting down there. Yeah. And I think I saw even this week, there's one night they're talking lows in the upper 30s yet or something.
Yeah.
So I know that a person kind of has to look at that, right?
Yeah, for sure. And that's, everybody always asks, is it safe to plant outside yet? Well, you got to look and kind of follow those overnight temperatures before, and decide how much you want to take care of plants outside.
Mm-hmm.
I think Thursday's lows are supposed to be 30s or whatever, high 30s. So as long as you don't get the frost, you're probably okay. So,
yeah.
And then there's some plants that just don't like the cold either, or the cooler. So,
mm-hmm.
But there's plenty of time yet. So, there'll be product in the greenhouse when you get ready. So
yeah, that's a nice thing. You'll have it when people are ready for it.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's talk about supply a little bit. And, we talk about temperatures right here. I know that in shipping some things, you have to be aware of what the temperature is, of where they're being shipped from and where they're being shipped to. Talk about that process a little bit this year. Has it kind of been a little difficult to schedule that, or how has your supply been? I think you've told us it's pretty good.
Yeah. Right now, we've had a pretty good year getting stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. It's been a couple of years ago, and I joke about it with the grower that we unloaded a truck in kind of a snowstorm. It wasn't a full-on snow, but it's no fun doing that. We've had great weather unloading and so far this year. So this spring's been good for us. So we've hit the right days on as far as that goes. Supply's good so far. So
it's great to drive around town and drive around the area, see the lawns so green.
Yeah.
Man, they have really prospered with this precipitation. I know that you have products to make sure that they prosper during the course of the season, too.
Yep. So we have lawn fertilizer, lawn urea, for that has pre-emergence, weed out, that sort of thing. So keep your lawns looking good, and it's hard to beat a rain to green up a lawn.
I know Dave's back in the studio, and I know we've had this discussion before. It's amazing what God's moisture versus man's moisture out of the faucet. There's just not a comparison.
No.
Is there?
No,
yeah.
For sure. So,
let's see. Anything on your mind or list that you wanted to make sure we talked about here this morning?
We got our trees and shrubs and that sort of thing in last week, so sitting pretty good there. Got a lot of different varieties of trees in. That's all set up. Fruit trees. I've had a lot of people asking about fruit trees this year. We got 3 different varieties of apples, a couple different varieties of peach. Got some cherry trees in. I can't remember. I know we had apricot and nectarine, so a couple new items there. But roses, several different varieties of roses, and kind of got our perennials stocked up now to the front. And I don't know, greenhouse is looking pretty good, and excited for people to get out there. So
the patio furniture part of it, I know that that has really been a big hit for you, and people have really been interested in that.
Yeah. So we have swivel glider sets in stock for maybe a Mother's Day or Father's Day present, something like that. If we don't have the color or style that you want, we're turning orders in almost weekly. So brought in started working with a different builder. We're gonna continue working with the one we started with, of course, but just some some different styles. There's several Amish builders, and they all kind of have their different style of how they do, how they craft the furniture and whatnot. So if you check out our Facebook page for that, we've been posting some pictures of that. So got a guy that just kind of specializes in making fire pits, fire pit tables. So and it's all made out of the same material. 100% recycled plastic, stainless steel components, so it's meant to last a lifetime. So, but yeah, if you're in need of that, stop out and talk to us, and we can show you what we have available and talk about other options and that sort of thing too. So,
you mentioned your Facebook page. Is there a separate page for the patio furniture and then a separate page for the garden center, or are they all combined in one?
There's two separate
ones.
Yep, we have the garden center, of course, and then Prairie Patio Furniture. You can also check us out on prairiepatiofurniture.com. So, got a website.
All right. What did you think of our robin?
Yeah, they were. I think the food source is probably going this morning. I see them out over here in the field, and they're carrying stuff up to the nest and so.
Preparing for newborns.
Yeah.
Did they attack? They kind of chirped at you, but I think they were kinder to you today when you went out and looked at them.
Yeah, Ryan would know more about this probably than I would, but I've never had robins actually get real close to you. They more get close by and just chirp, and they kind of flutter you once in a while. But you grew up on a farm. Barn swallows, they get down to business.
Yes,
they'd be dive bombing us when we were riding our horses and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no kidding. They're pretty aggressive, but robins they're just protecting their area more. They're more that way, but they all look good.
Good.
And the one in the back, there's 3 eggs in there. Slow enough I could see. We've had marginal luck with the one on the satellite dish. Last year they grew up some babies.
Did they?
But in years, the wind comes up or it's pretty low to the ground. I suppose a snake could get up in there and have lunch.
We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm with Ryan. Let's not go there.
Oh, you're not a snake guy.
No.
Okay. Join the crowd, Ryan. Not a snake guy over here, too. It seems, in some of our past discussions, you talked about kind of a new line of like pet toys and treats that you have, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that if people haven't heard about it yet.
So, we have some dog chews as far as like not necessarily rawhides, but pig ears, some pork femurs. Call it yak cheese. That's, but it's all made in the United States, and it's all natural. So I like the pig ears look like pig ears.
Yeah.
Stella really likes those. And then we have dog toys and some collars and that sort of thing too. A little pet section in the store there. So
okay.
It's been good. So
yeah, good. Your hours, I know that you're in your seasonal hours now where you're basically open every day, right?
Yep, 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 10 to 5:30, Saturdays 10 to 5, and then Sundays 11 to 4. So pretty much catch us there right now. So anytime.
Anything else we haven't asked you about or haven't visited about that you wanted to mention?
I don't think so. Just hanging basket lines are full and ready to go there. So lots of vegetables, lots of varieties. I always said like 25 varieties of tomatoes. I counted the other day and there was like 41. So hopefully if you're looking for a tomato, I'm not going to say if we don't have it, they don't make it, because I don't check every box on the order for them, but chances are we can hook you up with something that you'll like. So.
Well, you mentioned hanging baskets. Mother's Day's right around the corner, and I know those make popular gifts for Mother's Day, and a gift certificate to the garden center would make a nice gift too, I'm guessing.
You bet. Let her come pick out what she wants. So.
There you go.
Yep.
All right. Ryan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan.
Ryan Anderson, the Garden Center, our guest here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Hi, Central Nebraska. This is Liana with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. As a part of our constant search for great ways to serve our customers, I'm excited to announce that Lori Pandorf-Leeper has joined our team in Callaway as an experienced licensed agent. So whether you're needing new home, auto, business, farm, ranch, or life and health insurance, or maybe you're just checking in on your current coverage option, reach out to Liana, Chip, or Lori at Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency.
Tired of unexpected car troubles putting a misfire in your day? Introducing C&M Auto in Anselmo. For routine maintenance to major repairs of gas and diesel cars or light and heavy-duty trucks, go with C&M Auto. They boast the latest diagnostics to diagnose and fix your vehicle's issues with quick response and a very competitive labor rate. Plus emergency 24-hour service rates outside their 9 to 5 Monday through Friday hours. Call 308-749-2277 for C&M Auto, located south of Chandler's Honey off Highway 2 in Anselmo. C&M Auto.
by and take care of that too. To keep your lawn happy, ask about sprinkler repair and aeration. Licensed and insured, serving Custer County and beyond. 308-870-0348.
Sharon, lawn care and sprinkler repair, where the grass is always greener.
May is finally here, and no one is more excited than the Secret Garden. Open every day in May. Weekdays 11:30 to 4:30, Saturday 8:30 to 4:30, and Sunday 1 to 4. The Secret Garden is thrilled to be a Nebraska Passport stop this year. And when you shop with them, you'll see why. A variety of annual plants, succulents, home decor, antiques, Watkins, and more. Luke 1, verse 37 says, "For nothing will be impossible with God." The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
If you are thinking about planting a new lawn or renovating an existing one, start with quality turf seed from Arrow Seed. Arrow Seed grass seed has high germination, is weed-free, and comes with the expert advice that you don't get at those big box stores. Arrow Seed has several different turf varieties and a knowledgeable staff to assist you in choosing the one that will work best for you. To learn more, call or stop in to Arrow Seed in Broken Bow or visit arrowseed.com for the dealer nearest you.
And action! It's Dave and Brent getting the action started on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
8:33. Good morning to Steve Hornickel, who has dropped a hello to us this morning, as he often does. Appreciate that, Steve, on our Facebook Live feed. And also, of course, YouTube and X.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter/X.
Yes.
We were just talking off the air with our next guest, and our next guest is a father of two. And we were talking about how we have to be careful with our budgets these days.
Yeah.
With the cost of everything being higher than it used to be. And we're all adjusting to that. And I think maybe through COVID, the wages went up and freight went up, everything went up, but it's not going to come back down. That's the way the business world works. Very seldom do you find things going down. Now, building materials at one time were horrific, and they kind of gotten better than they once were, but we just have to adjust to the fact that we're going to have to be more conscious of what things cost these days. And then that kind of comes to when you're, making investments and so forth. You probably need to go talk to your banker and talk about how you're going to budget all that in. Anything is possible, and that's what bankers do. They make things possible. But you got to do a little maneuvering, and I think this guy right here does a lot of that for people.
Yeah, Scott Peterson with Custer Federal State Bank is with us. You're a loan officer, and sometimes we feel like we got to take out a loan just to go to the store.
It seems that way.
Do you have any special interest rates on loans
on
to
groceries?
Just go to the grocery store?
Unfortunately, we don't. We do have some decent CD rates still.
Hey, there you go.
That will help.
Earn a little extra interest on some deposit accounts or something along those lines. So,
and those have held up even though the interest rates have leveled off a little bit. But because of those interest rates rising, those become opportunities, right?
Sure, yeah. It's kind of twofold. As interest rates rise, you're going to get charged a little more interest on your loans, but on some of our deposit account products, we can pay a little more interest to have those deposits on hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, for people who can put money away for a while and not have to remove it, those are great tools.
Sure.
And then there's also a lot of people out there who want to save money but don't know exactly when an emergency might come up with the kids or an unexpected problem with the car and that sort of thing. So your checking account also yields some interest if you can build that up as well, right?
Yeah, our Kasasa checking accounts offer a little higher interest rates. There are some qualifiers that you have to do monthly to be able to obtain those higher rates, log into your online banking. I think it's 12 swipes with your debit card, which anymore, like we were talking about spending money, isn't really that hard to do in a month. But But yeah, so the interest rates are a little better. We have some money market accounts as well that yield a little higher interest that you can access those funds.
Okay.
And then we also have our CDs, which you kind of tie into a term, 12 months, 15 months or longer. That those funds you're not able to access, but they'll earn compounding interest over the life of the CD. Yep.
Yeah. What are some of the rates off the top of your head right now?
I believe we have a 15-month CD rate special that's at 5% APY.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can swing it, it's always pleasant when you see the return on your money on 5%.
It is, especially if you don't need to access that money and you can just put it away, not touch it, save it. Yep.
Yeah. That's a nice way if you have something coming up. Maybe you want to take a vacation a year from now or 2 years from now. This wonderful dream that's going to come true. And if you put that money, lock it in at 5%, that's going to help. And when it comes times to cash that in to take your trip, you're going to have some extra money there.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially if you don't need to necessarily access it, it's a good way to kind of out of sight, out of mind. You won't have to spend it at the grocery store or something like that. Yeah.
Do you have any special rates for parents who have twins?
Yeah. Who are planning to get married within 3 weeks of each other?
I don't think we do. But we'd be happy to visit with you if you need
thank you.
something
All right.
now.
I might actually be in. Talk to you.
There might be some loan necessity there by the time you get done with that, Brent.
Yeah.
But and you probably talk to people about, we think about as a loan officer these days, homes and tractors and heavy equipment and things like that. But sometimes life gets in the way, and you have to have a little help along the way, no matter what your status is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's always something that could come up.
Yeah.
A lot of times on the agriculture side, we try and do a lot of budgeting in the winter time and during that renewal season, so to say. But it's always good to have a budget and try and stick to it. But there are often times where something comes up, something breaks down, something happens, life gets in the way. There's always times where we need to kind of adjust, and we're there to help you if something comes up. So,
we were talking about when we were younger and food wasn't as expensive and shirts and pants, whereas you could go down and work all summer, save up money, and go buy your own school clothes. you know. And I think you could probably still do that now. But I think what you do a lot of that people don't think about is that planning process. That what's your goal? What's going on in your business right now and your life, and you have discussions beyond numbers, I would imagine.
Yeah, very much so. With any business or say an ag operation, like I said, we try and put together a budget at the beginning of the year. If all works out great, you come in under that budget. Typically things, like we talked about, the cost of things are just higher now than they used to be, and we try and budget for those things. It's just something to be mindful of in your operation or your business, that a lot of times you can't really control the prices of commodities or the income that you're getting as a business, but you can kind of control the expense side a little more. So we encourage people to be mindful of what they're spending money on, and is it going to benefit your business or benefit your operation? So those are kind of some of the conversations we have.
Yeah, cattle people, livestock people, they're a bit of a gambling lot, because if they come in and visit about, I want to add to my herd, and I'm hoping calves will be X amount of dollars next year.
Yeah,
there's data out there that might help you somewhat, but markets are unpredictable.
They are. And if anybody says they can predict them, they're probably wrong. But no, it's just there's so many unknown variables sometimes in some of those operations that you just have to kind of take the punches as they come. But a lot of times, a lot of people are trying to add cattle to their operation because the cattle market is, favorable. But that means you're oftentimes buying a higher dollar critter,
right,
to produce that. So inputs go up pretty much alongside with expenses a lot, or with the profits a lot of the time too. So
you almost have to figure things, I would say, on the tougher end, the low end, and then
Sure.
here's what the worst scenario is for you to break even or make some money on it, and then if it turns out rosy, then hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
Right?
It's always good to be a little conservative on our projections.
Yeah.
And even do some, we can kind of, with some projected cash flows that we have, we can do some, what we call it like shock testing. Basically, if the price drops to this is what your cash flow looks like. If the price goes up, this looks great. If, fertilizer or chemicals 10% higher next year than it is this year, this is what it will look like. So we run some of those scenarios with some of our operators just to see, how tight things might be or how good things could be. Some of those different options. So,
Scott, I know that Custer Federal have a toolbox for helping people get started in business or buying a business or expanding a business.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there's some options for home buyers that can help them come up with what they need to make that purchase. You guys have spent a lot of time developing those tools, I think.
We have. We've got a few programs that we utilize. One of them's the FSA, the Farm Service Agency Guaranteed Loan Program. A lot of times beginning farmers, ranchers don't necessarily have the equity or maybe need some unconventional terms that aren't, typical bank terms, longer amortizations, fixed rates, that kind of stuff. That we're able to offer through that FSA guarantee program that we maybe wouldn't be able to traditionally offer. So that's a good program. And then on the business side or the commercial side, we've been doing some SBA, which is Small Business Administration, guaranteed loans. And kind of similar to the FSA program, we're able to offer some terms and conditions that maybe we couldn't traditionally or conventionally offer for a small business. That stretches maybe their payments out a little longer, makes them a little smaller, able to cash flow, some of those kind of things. And then Katrina, in our mortgage department, I don't know all the specifics, but there are some programs there for first-time home buyers and some different programs there to help people get into homes if they maybe don't have a full down payment or something along those lines. So
yeah, I think we'd all like to have 10% to put down on a project,
right.
But we don't always have the, like you say, equity. Mm-hmm. And I think we could do a whole show on blue sky.
Yeah. Yeah, what blue sky is. Yeah.
What the person is asking for the property or business,
mm-hmm.
And the value of it, and that
Sure.
blue sky in between.
Yeah, we see that a lot on the small business side or the commercial side, especially when we're transitioning from, say, one business owner sells the business to another business owner. I mean, they've spent a lot of time and effort building that business and building a customer base. So to them, there's definitely some value besides just hard assets, as far as real estate or inventory or anything like that. So that's where we talk about blue sky on a business. So with our SBA guaranteed loans, we can get a certified appraisal of a business, and they do calculate what they consider blue sky,
mm-hmm.
and we can collateralize that on a loan with the SBA guarantee program.
And it really, if I understand it correctly, has to do with what is this business, what is the gross sales,
mm-hmm.
What does that make the business worth, what's the profitability, that you can gross a whole lot of money, but if you come out in the red, that doesn't work.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of variables.
There is a lot of variables.
Yeah.
there's a lot of times you can see business making a lot of money, but they spend a lot of money to make a lot of money. So sometimes these business valuations give the bank and even the potential buyer a pretty good idea of what the business is actually worth, besides just looking at dollar and cents as far as gross and net income.
And Scott, that's why I don't buy the employees' donuts here. It's an extra expense that we don't really need.
Yeah. Well, anymore. I was talking with a coworker at the bank the other day, and we were talking about the old Bow Bakery.
Yeah.
And how it's people who've never had a donut there will never know what a real donut should taste like.
Yeah.
That's so true. That is so true. And to go in there and look at those Long Johns and those filled rolls and
at the time I think you could get a glazed donut for like 60 cents or something like that,
and be full for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the ones kind of the cinnamon rolls with the nuts on top.
Oh yeah,
those were good. Yeah, we need to bring that sort of thing back.
Yeah,
at the old prices. That would be nice.
That would be
nice.
Fun,
yeah. That'd be really nice.
The bank's doing a great job. You have a good crew there. A lot of businesses are looking for good quality employees. How are you guys sitting?
I think we're doing pretty good. We have full staff right now, so
good.
Things are going pretty good. We have maybe one opening down in Kearney at our Kearney branch, but things are going pretty good. Yeah,
good. That's good to hear.
Staffing wise, so
yeah, that's important. So that's nice to have that in place.
And it's tough. It's just tough to find good employees that want to work
and speaking of on behalf of people out there in the real world, if you have a couple of kids, and you have to sit down and pencil out, is it worth going to work if I have to pay for two child care bills a month? So those are some things that people have to deal with out there.
That is something to consider. Child care is expensive as well.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else? You guys want to talk golf or baseball or anything?
I was going to tell Brent I went to the spring game last weekend. So
yeah, you drinking the Kool-Aid?
I'm starting to.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. I wanted to know if Chris Varney is drinking the Kool-Aid like he does every year.
He is. He was supposed to be here with me this morning, but he had to haul some cows or do something. He's always got something going on the side, But no, I thought we looked pretty good, and I think Coach Rule, either he might be just really good at talking to the media, but he seems to be speaking my language a little bit on some of this player development.
I
and
hear
some
you.
of that, so.
I know.
Yeah, you guys know I'm not a football expert, and I follow it kind of casually, but I really like this guy.
I do too.
Yeah,
I think he's hard not to like.
Yeah. Like you say, he's very good at explaining things to the press, and he just seems very honest and straightforward about it.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
He's like night and day from Bo Pelini as far as dealing with the media.
Yeah. Well, if he can get up to the number of wins that Bo Pelini had on a yearly basis, that would be even better.
That'd be a great combination.
That'd be a great combination.
All right.
I got one thing, Dave.
Sure.
It's my son Connor's 6th birthday today.
Oh, boy.
May 1st.
Sixth birthday.
6th birthday. I took him to the spring game last weekend, first Husker experience, and he was pretty excited. So
Connor is 6.
Yep.
My goodness.
Yeah, the time goes by fast.
Well, happy birthday, Connor. 6 years old today. That's wonderful. Thanks a lot for coming in.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Custer Federal State Bank. And oftentimes when they don't make it in, they have a special guest that they pay for the time. A lot of times that's the Sandhills Journey Byway or some nonprofit organization. So we appreciate that very much, too.
Yeah, not a problem.
All right, it's Rita Coolidge's birthday today. She's not 6, but she still can sing. Here's her latest work.
think of something, I got to go do this, or I'm going to go get that, and you get up and you go to the room, you go somewhere, and then all of a sudden you completely have forgotten what it is you got up for.
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody out there besides me struggle with that? Oh, man, that's frustrating.
It is. It is. Or you start to tell a story about something or somebody, and you get partway into the story, and you have whoever's listening's attention, and then you can't finish the story because you can't remember the person's name you're talking about. These are things that
these
many
are things
people
we struggle with.
Yeah. Speaking of birthdays, got one more. One here that's special to yours truly. Henry Thomas is celebrating his first birthday today.
Oh, wow.
And they had a birthday party for Henry last weekend, and Henry got a lot of things to play with, so he's probably pretty happy right now. Henry is 1 year old today. I don't know. First birthdays are cool because it's probably more about the parents and family than, I mean, when you're one, you're not going to remember your 1 year old birthday party.
Yeah.
But it's all about the families getting together and buying too many presents for them.
Yes. Yeah.
That's how that works. All right, coming up on News Time, we have some other things to tell you about this morning, and we want to talk about a track record that was broken yesterday, I believe it was, in Cozad, correct?
Yes. Yeah. You want to talk about it now?
Don't have time.
Okay.
We want
All right.
to elaborate a little bit.
Oh, man.
And something we want to spend a little time on this morning. And a record that has been around a long, long time. We'll tease you with it. Kent McLuhan said it back in 1961, and it was broken yesterday by a local athlete that we've been talking about quite a bit because success has been centered around his efforts. So we're going to learn more about that in the 9 o'clock hour.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. UCLA called in police today to break up violent clashes between pro-Palestinian and pro-Israel demonstrators. This student describes the scene.
I saw boards getting thrown. I saw people getting pepper sprayed. I saw people getting punched. I saw people getting whacked in the head with batons.
Police cleared out protesters from an academic building at Columbia University, and officers in Louisiana dispersed demonstrators at Tulane. During a trip to Israel, Secretary of State Blinken pushed Hamas to accept a proposed ceasefire and hostage release.
No delays, no excuses. The time is now.
Georgia Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene's calling for a vote next week to oust House Speaker Mike Johnson for pushing legislation that would provide more aid to Israel.
I think every member of Congress needs to take that vote and let the chips fall where they may.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Easy Cater. 100,000 restaurants, one platform. Need food for a meeting or a company event? Easy Cater has everything you need to make food for work, work. With easy online ordering and reordering. Save your favorite orders, make edits as needed, and click. We even help you with expenses by keeping your receipts all in one place, which means all you need to do is sit back and enjoy the food. From ordering to reporting, Easy Cater has everything to make food for work, work. Order 24/7 at easycater.com.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Dan Byer.
In the NBA playoffs last night, Chris Middleton and Bobby Portis each had 29 points for the Bucks in their 115-92 victory over the Pacers. Bucks stay alive in the series, but the Pacers still lead at 3-2 with Game 6 Thursday night in Indianapolis. Sixers top the Knicks. Tyrese Maxey, 46 points in the 112-106 overtime victory. In fact, 22 of those 46 came in the fourth quarter and overtime. Knicks, though, still up 3-2 in the series. And the Cavs edged the Magic 104-103. Cleveland's up in that series now, 3-2. 2 Game 5s tonight. Heat and Celtics, 7:30 Eastern time. Mavs and Clippers tip at 10 Eastern. In the NHL, Hurricanes eliminated the Islanders, while the Avalanche did the same with the Jets. Predators stayed alive in their series, beating the Canucks 2-1. Vancouver still up 3-2 there. The Maple Leafs forced a Game 6 by beating the Bruins in overtime 2-1. Diamondbacks walk off the Dodgers in 10, 4-3.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Slight chance for storms. Today, otherwise cloudy skies expected. Daytime highs approaching 65. Winds out of the southeast, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected. Tonight, thunderstorms likely. Lows level off around 44. Slight chance of rain showers. Tomorrow, high of 65. Bright sunshine expected. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Nebraska State Bank believes in our strong rural communities. We believe in our local ag producers and their capacity for innovation and growth. At Nebraska State Bank, we work hard to support our customers' growth, and that means growing ourselves as well. We offer a variety of banking products to make banking easier, especially during busy times, such as making payments online, signing loan documents digitally, or mobile depositing a check. These are just a few ways we can help simplify your life. Visit nesb.bank or call any of our branches to learn more about how we can make banking easier for you. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Adrian Smith, candidate for Congress. I approve this message, and I would appreciate your vote.
Chaos at the border, skyrocketing inflation, record wasteful spending, Joe Biden's failures devastating our country. Adrian Smith went to the border, witnessing Biden's failures that threaten our security and safety. Adrian Smith voted to restore Trump's border policies and build the wall, stopping criminals and terrorists from illegally entering our country. Adrian Smith knows a secure border makes America stronger. Meanwhile, Biden's big government spending is fueling inflation, adding trillions to the national debt. Now Biden wants billions more to hire thousands of new IRS agents to expand their power. Adrian Smith stood up to President Biden, sponsoring the first bill passed by the Republican Congress cutting billions in Democrat spending for new IRS agents. Conservative Adrian Smith, solid as Nebraska.
Paid for and authorized by Adrian Smith for Congress.
It is about 5 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock, 51 degrees outside under a cloudy sky. Winds have backed down. They're light and variable right now. And the barometric pressure is still falling, humidity at 87%. And again, if you're just dialing this up, we picked up 0.03 of an inch precipitation as of 7 o'clock this morning. Now we want to talk a little bit about track, a big story that is on Sand Hills Express, and a story that Brent Apperson read to you this morning that he wrote about a record being broke that was set back in 1961. Brent?
Yeah, a Broken Bow school record broke yesterday. Cruz Safranek, big shout out to Cruz. Personally, I think after yesterday, they better change it. It's not, he wasn't cruising yesterday, he was flying. Might have to change his name to Flash or something. Yeah, I know for Cruz Safranek, he's a senior at Broken Bow High School this year, and I know that he has been working very hard and kind of had an eye on, Kent McLuhan, who is let's face it, a Broken Bow sports legend and a Broken Bow track icon, kind of had his eyes set on Kent's 100-yard dash school record, which was 10.7, set back in 1961, as you mentioned. And yesterday at the Cozad Track and Field Invitational, Cruz Safranek ran a 10.61. That's fast.
That is really fast.
So congratulations, Cruz. That is now your new record for Broken Bow High School in track. And great effort yesterday. I was texting with Coach Witovic just to make sure I had the information right about the old record and everything. And I should bring up his text message. And let's see, how did he phrase it? I think maybe he said, yeah, he was flying. I got to bring it up here. It's not readily available. But anyway, you could tell that from Coach Witovic and others who were there, I think it was fun to watch, and so we congratulate him. There were a lot of great efforts that were turned in yesterday. I saw Coy Wardeen won the pole vault, went over 14 feet. I think 14.4 Coy got up to yesterday. That's a great vault. So a lot of great things happening with Broken Bow Track and area track. Had some kids go to the best of the Midwest in Sutherland yesterday. Some championship performances were turned in there by area athletes. So we've got all of that posted for you on sandhillsexpress.com. And now we get ready for district track and field competition, which will begin next week. Broken Bow will travel to Aurora for the B5 District Championships on May 7th. We'll be there to cover those live for you and give you live updates and let you know who is qualifying for state. And then a lot of our area teams will be involved in the district that will take place in Paxton next week, and we'll plan to be there for live updates as well. And then, of course, hard to believe, but in a couple of weeks, we'll be in Omaha at Burke Stadium for the state championship. So a lot of exciting things happening in track, but yeah, a record that had stood for 63 years went down yesterday. That's pretty exciting.
Yes, and for you sentimentalists out there that may have known Kent McLuhan, his father, Ralph McLuhan, who run the mobile station, which is where Prairie Coffee Shop is now. That was the mobile station that Kent's dad run, and he delivered out into the country as well. Some of you might remember that. I think Cruz probably would be the first to tell you, how did Kent McLuhan do that in the shoes they wore at that time and on sender? So, I'm sure that Cruz has a great amount of respect for that record because, the conditions were much different then, and the tracks they run on were much different then. But, boy, what a goal to have and then to reach it before the end of the year. It's, pretty special. So I know there's a lot of proud people out there of that record being broken. So congratulations. Today, senior salutes on this May Day. Sumner Eddyville Miller will be featured on KCNI, and Sandhills and Thetford schools will be featured here on KBBN. And you mentioned, in a couple of weeks we'll be having state track. A lot of graduations taking place this weekend and next. And the kids will be, they'll be free for a while. And there's that feeling when you graduate that you have going on to the next stage in your life, but you're free for the moment. Maybe relax a little bit and have a little fun this summer. But knowing some of these kids are probably taking summer school and, getting ready to go off to college.
Yeah.
So but you find out with our senior salutes what they're planning to do in the next step in their lives, and those will be today on KCNI and KBBN.
Tied down with a full heart, live my wild days.
That's right, you do, through Your Soy Checkoff. By pooling your resources through Your Soy Checkoff, you are promoting your soybeans to new markets. You are discovering new practices and seed varieties to overcome your biggest challenges in the field. You have even turned $2 million of infrastructure research into $460 million per year in extra income for all soybean farmers. There is power in numbers, and you and your fellow soybean farmers are proving it by bringing tangible returns back to you and your operations through Your Soy Checkoff. You can see all the ways Your Soy Checkoff is moving soy forward for you at unitedsoybean.org. That's unitedsoybean.org. It's all about you doing things together as Your Soy Checkoff.
9:16. Oh, that Christie. Only one Christie. Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique. This is Wednesday. Yeah, you say, hey, what's for lunch? Nowadays, everybody's saying, what's for Wednesday at Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique? Today, Lola would like to help the ladies get ready for graduation or maybe Mother's Day, which is not far away. She's offering 25% off her selection of dresses. Plenty of fun styles and colors to choose from. Stop in and check them out. 25% off all dresses in stock today at Square One Boutique. Lola also has added some new items to her 50% off rack, and so you can check that out today at Chapin's Furniture, south side of the square in Broken Bow. What's for Wednesday specials at Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique? 25% off all dresses, and she's added some things to her 50% off rack today only.
Let's tell you what's showing at the movies. The Fox Theater in Broken Bow. Here's what's showing, well, for tonight and tomorrow night. Currently showing at the Fox Theater is the movie Unsung Hero, rated PG. Great inspirational film that's kind of based on a true story, I believe. So check it out, Unsung Hero, showing tonight and tomorrow night. Also, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare continues to show at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. And Abigail, if you want to get scared, it is showing at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow tonight and tomorrow. So as we turn the page and take a look at some things coming up beginning on Friday, oh man, here's one Brent's excited about.
Which is?
The Fall Guy. Did you ever watch The Fall Guy back in the 80s with Lee Majors?
Oh.
He was a stunt man that was a bounty hunter.
I must not have watched too much of it.
The movie is coming out, and I think it's kind of loosely based on the television series. Ryan Gosling is the one who is the Fall Guy. He's a stunt man, and like everyone in the stunt community, he gets blown up. He gets shot at. Things crash. How would you not want to go watch this movie? The Fall Guy is going to start showing on Friday, and it'll be there through the weekend into next week at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. We mentioned Unsung Hero. It will continue to show through the weekend and into next week as well. And then they're bringing a new film called The Long Game, which is going to start showing on Friday. In 1955, 5 young Mexican-American caddies, out of the love for the game, were determined to learn how to play golf, so they created their own golf course in the middle of the South Texas desert. The film is a field of dreams set in the world of golf, is how it's described. So check it out. That'll start showing on Friday, run through the weekend, and into next week. That's what's showing and will be showing coming up at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. To get your tickets, you can do so online. Don't forget about that. Go to watchthefox.com. And thanks to your friends at the Nebraska State Bank, one of the most popular nights is Tuesday. It's free popcorn night.
That's a wonderful thing. It's also a wonderful thing that Fox Theater has the different types of shows, so there's something there for everyone. So lucky to have it here in town. 3 theaters in one building. Amazing. The Wild Rose Gallery does some very, very wonderful things because they bring art to our community. They keep us in mind when, we need to maybe get a little change in pace from Lee Majors to some art.
Well, that was a great show. Do you remember the theme song? Lee Majors sang it. 'Cause I'm the unknown stunt man that made Eastwood such a star.
Oh, my Lord. No, I don't remember that.
Okay.
I do remember taking art class in school and how much I enjoyed it.
That's good.
And how many other people did. And now you don't have to be a student in school to take in the arts. The Wild Rose Gallery offers workshops. And the most recent one that's coming up that they have designed for you is going to be a whole lot of fun. It allows participants to create in a warm environment while learning about the world of art. Now, they're coming up with this one, Mug Rugby. Let me explain. It's coming up on Saturday, May 27th from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. at the Wild Rose Gallery, downtown Broken Bow, on the east side of the square, back when it was a grocery store, Broadway Market, then later on Chamber of Commerce. Anyway, $40 for all the supplies and the lessons you're going to get that day. $40, and you figure with supplies and the expertise of the folks letting you use their knowledge to create coasters. Now, Mary and Julie will be presenting a workshop on making mug rugs using canvas and various painting techniques, a perfect perch for your favorite beverage. Students will be using stencils, stamps, and other techniques to create original designs. So, in other words, you don't have to be an expert painter or, a pencil artist or watercolors or anything like that. They'll show you how to use stencils and stamps and other techniques. Everyone will create a set of 4 coasters on that day, and you can call the gallery at 872-2632 or Julie at 870-2423 and get your name in the registration, because they're only going to be able to have so many students, so don't wait. And you can also email wildrose@artists@gmail.com to get registered and get involved in that on May 27th.
The Nebraska Department of Transportation has an exceptional opportunity for a highway maintenance worker to join their team in Broken Bow. At the Nebraska Department of Transportation, they reward their employees' hard work with a friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. They provide training and career development, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, work-life balance, and a comprehensive benefits package that includes a matching retirement contribution. To apply, you need to go to this website. Go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. An online state application must be completed. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
It's that time of year, springtime, going into summer, time for Dawson County Racing. The Dawson County Raceway in Lexington, where the best go 3 abreast. Fast family fun this Sunday, May 5th, starting at 6 p.m. A Stock Car Crown Summer Series, the Sport Mod Summer Series, and Modifieds and Hobby Stock will be featured. General admission, $15. Kids under 10 are free. Visit the Dawson County Raceway on Facebook to keep up with the whole season's schedule of events. But this Sunday, May 5th, they'll start at 6 p.m. They'll open up the gates sooner than that. You can go in, and a lot of times you get yourself a hot dog and something to eat, get yourself a place to sit in one of the grandstands there, and take in the warm-ups. They'll do it all for you on May 5th, this Sunday, at the Dawson County Raceway.
I believe that our friend Mark with Tradewinds Marina is on the phone.
All right.
Once we get to this time of year, I always like to check in with Mark there at Sherman Reservoir in Loop City, and I have been told that he's on the phone right now.
I figured he was out fishing this morning.
Maybe he was. I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. Let's find out. Tradewinds Marina, ready to go. Mark, how are you doing?
Good. Sorry I missed your call this morning. I had a city council meeting last night, and I put everything on mute, so I never even heard it go off.
That's all right.
Well, you're contributing to the community if you've been working with the city council, so thanks for doing that. It's May 1st, and people are really wanting to get out and do some boating and some fishing, and I have a feeling you've seen some of that already.
Yep. We've seen a number of boats on the water and a good weekend. There's probably a dozen boats out on the lake right now.
Wow. So, Mark, I wanted to ask you first thing before I forgot about your renovations, the changes you made during the off season Tell us what you've done and what that's going to mean for your customers.
Well, we've added about 90 seats.
Jiminy, okay.
To the beer garden.
Okay.
And so we've expanded our kitchen to help accommodate with that. Our beer garden's nice and covered. I mean, you can see it when you come across the dam. I mean, it's a really good looking structure. We're not open 7 days a week yet. We're trying to get it 100% finished up here, and but we are open on weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right now. So.
All right. Now I'm just thinking you host a lot of tournaments there at Sherman, and I imagine they're really going to enjoy the extra space where sometimes they come in after the tournament or before the tournament and gather, but especially afterwards where they can go in and have something to eat, something to drink, and have plenty of room. So that's probably going to be an added benefit to the tournaments that you have as well.
You bet, absolutely. You know, this weekend is the state championship trophy tournament. It's been going on for 25 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have their weigh-in right here at the marina and their check-in and everything. So this is going to be our first little test with it, and then the third weekend of May, there's a big walleye tournament here, and they're going to have their rules meeting and meal the night before in the beer garden underneath cover, and so yeah, it's going to it changes the atmosphere a lot.
I bet it does, and with that much room, people who want to maybe gather as a family or maybe have a little birthday party or family gathering can just come on out and grab some seats, especially I would imagine when you're open more during the week. It just opens up a whole different bunch of opportunities for your customers.
You bet, and we've changed up our menu and to help accommodate. I mean, we're running a special every night of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday now, from 4 to 8. We've added 3 house burgers to our menu that are specialty burger, come up with our by our cook, the Super Nacho. So he's done a heck of a job with the kitchen and with helping us get brought up to speed on the way things need to be done in some of our specials. So.
All right, sounds like it's it's going to just be great. More food, more fun, more people, and more activities there, especially centered around all those tournaments that you guys have. You talked about the crappie tournament, so this is early May. Where are we at with crappies right now? I know people love to come over there and fish for them.
Yeah, the crappie are on fire. To be honest with you, they're just killing them right now. A lot of the females haven't moved up, but they're starting to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting better. The walleye fishing's a little tough. It's always kind of tough this time of year, but I would think in the next week or so it's really going to pick up. It was starting to pick up before we had all the storms.
Yeah, all the weather.
And then it kind of petered it out a little bit, but I think we get a few more degrees in water temperature, it's really going to go.
Yeah, and back to the crappies, the nice thing about crappie fishing at Sherman, you don't have to have a boat. You can go down one of the trails and fish off the bank in certain locations, and that opens it up for just about everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then they can come over and have something to eat.
Yep. And the first couple weekends we've been open, they flooded in here when it started raining, because we got a roof. They can get out of the weather, and I got patio heaters out here where, if it's a little chilly, we'll fire them up so people can stay toasty. And I mean, it's like I said, it's just completely changed the look and the atmosphere of the marina.
All right. There was also improvements being done by the state, I believe, on some of the campgrounds. They've added some things as well. I assume that's been completed.
Nebraska Game Parks put in, I think it was 62 new RV sites on the west side of the dam there.
Mm-hmm.
Right on Middle Ridge and East Ridge.
Okay.
Or no, Middle Ridge and West Ridge, I'm sorry. Right around the shower houses, and so they have electrical hookups and sites now. And they're open as of May 1st, so they can go online and reserve there. We still have our RV sites and cabins available here at the marina. You can just give the marina a phone call, 308-745-1187 to reserve one of them.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up because people enjoy staying with you as well. And now people have a little more availability for camping, and they can camp and do a little barbecuing, but they can also come over and take advantage of that beer garden and have one of those good burgers that you were talking about. So I think Sherman sounds like it's going to be really going this year.
Yep. We're hoping. I mean, we've invested a lot of money into this improvement, and we want to keep her going and keep them be here for a long time.
All right, Mark. Do you have any questions, Brent?
Yeah, Mark, you mentioned storms, and I was just wondering if this past Friday, we were watching that storm activity hit portions of Sherman County. Did any of that affect Sherman Reservoir, or did it kind of stay away from it?
It actually stayed east of us.
Uh-huh.
It come up through Urbana and Rockville and Elba. We didn't even really get any real bad winds out. We just got some good rain out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Speaking of rain and amounts of water, what level is the lake clear full right now?
No, we're probably about 3 foot down, but it's actually a little higher now than what it normally is. They started putting water in a week early this year.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, it's in good shape for fishing, and I guess I did see a guy out there look like he was going wakeboarding.
Burr.
Cold.
What's the water temp?
Oh man.
That was 51.
Oh, that's actually a little warmer than I thought it might be.
Yeah, but no, it ain't. It ain't warm enough for that crap.
I got with you.
I hear you. Yeah.
I don't care whether that's a little above normal. It's not warm enough for some of us. Mark, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Exciting news about all the things that are been improved and all the things that are going to happen there. And we appreciate you taking time to call us back. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention that we didn't ask you about?
No, just come out and see our new facilities. Come out and enjoy some good food. If you want to do some camping, give us a call and we can hook you up there. Whether you have a RV or you just need to rent a cabin for us, we're like I said, we're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday these next couple weeks, and then the weekend of the 18th, that's when our 7-day-a-week will start every day.
All right. All right, Mark. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the update. We appreciate it.
You bet. And like I said, sorry I had my ringer and everything shut off. So.
We're good. No problem. Anytime we get you on the air, that's all good. Thanks, Mark.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Trade Winds Marina. Sounds like they have really spiffed things up, expanded things. The state of Nebraska has expanded some camping opportunities. The lake is a little higher than normal, and the crappie are biting. What are we doing sitting here?
Good question. Yeah.
All right, we got Springsteen lined up for you. Then we're going to finish out with a few more details for you on this Wednesday. This one's called Working on a Dream.
Yeah, boy, so blessed to have Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow. They are a wonderful care facility specializing in Alzheimer's and dementia care assisted living. Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow believes that an active life is a nurturing experience, and that's what they provide at their facility. Residents can thrive and live an active lifestyle. Activities can bring about a feeling and sense of self-worth and well-being, and they try to provide that for you at Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow. To find out more about their facility and the services that they offer, we encourage you to give them a call at 872-6387. Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow, 872-6387.
Oh, those jelly beans are so good. Thank you, Charlene. And good morning to Andy, who dropped us a good morning and happy May Day note. Wanted to know if anybody still does May Day baskets. We were talking earlier this morning, Andy. I think a few do, but not in the numbers that once took place. All right, we'll join you tomorrow for the Thursday edition of the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show at 7:30. Have a good one.
Yeah.